Hello, thanks for tuning in. My name's Stuart, classical record collector. Yes, I had a bit of a surprise a few days ago. I was rooting through my girlfriend's garage and I came across this. Yeah, really surprising. I don't know if you know what it is. Here's the box that it came in. Right. And well, it says on the front of it, Crossley Cruiser. So it's a small portable record player. I've heard of these. I've heard that a lot of young people who are spending £25 on records are going out and buying these to play them on. And this has even been credited as why perhaps record sales are falling because they're spending a lot of money on records and they're playing them on something like this. So I thought I'd have a look at it and review it. um, it did come with a record. I found this with it. I don't know whether it came with the person who bought this, which is basically my girlfriend's ex-husband. Apparently bought this and maybe got this with it. I don't know, or bought this for himself, or maybe he was intrigued by the cover or he liked the cover. Who knows? I don't blame him for that. But nevertheless, I thought I would give it. I thought I would take it out and give it a try. So yeah, so we've got Pulp Fiction there. I won't try it with that. Let's have a look at it though. Yeah, well, predictably, it's very plasticky. I think it probably cost about 60, 70 or £80. I've heard of these. People are talking about them on the internet. This is what a lot of young people are using to play expensive records on. It's crazy when, I don't know, for a few £100 they could buy a fairly basic system and get something which is far better than this. But nevertheless, let me see what there is. So there's a power switch, of course. There's an arm which, when you move it, the turntable spins. There's a cueing device for the arm to lift it and lower it. There's a carrying handle. Is there anything on the back of it? Any kind of sockets? Yeah, unbelievably, there's even a left and right speaker sockets with the phono plugs, which I presume are to go into an amplifier. Amazing. So yeah, I've had something like this in the past a long time ago, about 20 years ago. It was bigger than this, and it wasn't really much good, but you know, it's better than nothing. I'm just doing that. I'm tapping it with my finger because I've noticed with the previous one that I had that if you tap it, you can actually hear it feeding back through the speakers. So anyway, let's put this on. It's a Decca Romantic Russia Mussorgsky Pictures at an exhibition. So that's George Schulte. Now, does the record actually go on the turntable? This is the question. Yeah, it goes on. I mean, look at that. Okay, so let's cue it up. I see. So when you cue it up, it starts spinning. Fair enough. Good idea. Let's lower it. It looks like a very basic stylus, of course. Let's get some music out of it. It's on full volume. That's the highest it will go. That's the set I'm playing. The record is from this set, Romantic Russia. The speakers are at the front, one left and right, which obviously is probably better than having them at the side. Okay, well, we're not going to listen to much. I really just wanted to have a quick spin just to find out what it sounds like. And I think my assessment of it is that for the amount of money and the size of it and everything, actually it's probably a bit better than I thought it would be. I was expecting to hear a lot of wow and flutter. I didn't hear that. I was expecting to hear a tinny sound with not much detail, and that's exactly what I heard. But it's a big positive that there's very little wow and flutter. Um, and what else? What else can you say about it? Um, One thing I didn't hear, which I was pleased about, was any feedback on motor noise, because I remember a previous design like this in the past. I noticed that you can hear coming through the speakers, a bit of kind of feedback, some kind of very low level rumble from the motor, which is whirring. You can actually hear it coming through. I couldn't hear any feedback coming through this one. It's got a headphone socket on it. And look, I mean, I suppose as something kind of, cool to have around, and just maybe, just, I mean, just as a kind of toy, it's better than nothing. But to play expensive records or any vinyl on this in a serious way, obviously doesn't do them any justice. And I'm surprised that young people are spending big money on vinyl records and using this kind of device to play them back on. As I said, for about 200 or 300, you could buy something far, far superior to this. But okay, well, that concludes my review, and it's a bit better than I thought it would be, mainly because I couldn't detect any wow and flutter. But apart from that, it more or less sounds how I expected something like this would sound. Tiny little speakers, which are like 1 or 2 watts per channel, I assume, and it's all made of some kind of plastic and a bit of metal here. So yeah, I mean, I would kind of describe it as a toy record player, sort of Mickey Mouse record player, and I wouldn't really recommend anybody to use this. Having said that, oddly enough, my girlfriend did actually say that when she saw this set, she said she wants to hear pictures at an exhibition on this in particular. I don't know why. When she could, I suppose she could take her mobile phone out and play it on YouTube, but for some reason she wants to hear pictures at an exhibition on this particular player on a record. I don't know why. But well, there is one possible reason why. I think it's perceived that playing something on vinyl is like a treat. It's more makes it more special than just simply plugging into YouTube or Spotify and finding it. Playing it on vinyl somehow magnifies the experience. But of course, I would say that because I'm a vinyl freak. So, but she seems to get it as well, and she doesn't really listen to vinyl. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.